Hello gamers, welcome to the video. So in this one I want to show you my tips or my list of things of top 5 most important basics of any business. It's pretty broad, pretty general list of notes of mine for something that I return to if I want to clear my mind and just understand and have focus on pretty much what business is. So let's begin here with number 1. And that's a question: what is a business for? Well, these notes can be very simple here for many of you. I'm not saying these notes are going to be like something that you just need to learn. You probably know most of those, but let's go through them anyway. To make people want to give you their money in a legal way. So that is business for, in my mind. Business can be done in many different ways, but for me, my note is that the business has to fill in a legal frame all the time to be a success, to be good business, to be called business. So what it's for is to make people want to give you their money, but in a legal way. So how you make people want to give you their money? You produce some products. You make products basically for the open market. And that's a line too here. It says business is a factory of products that people need or want to buy. Very, very simple. I like to make this list very short and put some very simple terms here. And if I focus on just making individual products one at a time, it's much easier for me. It's like trying to swallow an elephant and trying and making that elephant into and cutting that elephant in the smallest pieces I can swallow at a time. Pretty bizarre here example, but if I look at the business as a factory of individual products, it's going to be much simple for me to go next step forward of how to do business, how to generally do business, pretty much. It's like cutting into smaller pieces. Those products are manageable if they're smaller, and if you have like automatic process of producing them. So for me, business is a factory of products that people need or want to buy. On the other side, on every business is a customer or a buyer, a client for services, or buyer for physical things. And those products fill into the market into an open market of trade. And that's basically a business for putting those products into the market. It's a factory of products for an open market where people trade, buy stuff in exchange for money, services, or other things. So next step here, or next line here, is you build a business in a financial world. That's also very important. Everything today is owned by someone, and it's exchangeable for money or something else for trade, but everything that exists has some value in money. It's not out there, that value, but it still exists. There always is the one, there's always a measure of value. It just needs someone to ask for to put some price and ask for exchange, and the open market will dictate if the price is right and what's the value actually there. All right, so business is always in that financial world. It's always surrounded with money. It's not possible to build a business outside of financial world. It's just doesn't work like that. So the financial world is a world where only money exists and nothing else. It is always surrounded with money, and money is always determining value of every business, every product of business, everything there. So it is built in a financial world. That's the bottom line. That's the foundation of business. And business is for building assets in general. So the products of business, in the best sense, best, or in best way to describe, are money collecting machines. Your business is a money collecting machine if you build it right. It's not money producing machine, but a collecting machine. You exchange products for money or other things that also are value, or in a sense money. But the very, very basic is that business is for building those assets, those money collecting machines. Very, very simple word to describe what business is for, but it is very important to have that mindset to understand the basics, what you need to do. So that's my explanation of the number one, or my answer for this question, what is business for? Let's go to number two, life, timeline, and laws. You live your life until you're born to, until you die. And every second of every moment of your life, you fill in the frames of laws. Laws always applies to you at every moment of your life. You only get changes in laws that apply to you when you get older and older. But if you're younger, you may miss some opportunities. But if you're not aware of laws from early age, it's going to be hard to catch the train, because laws get more and more, they always apply to you regardless of your age, but you're getting more and more laws applied to you when you don't have that protection that you're young. So my advice is learn laws when you're young, or early in one sense. If you're always going to be too late to do anything pretty much. But as soon as you start understanding that there's laws through whole of your life and you need to look into them and abide by them, then you're going to have a lot of problems to fit in the business world. So my number two is to look at the laws. 100% of the time it applies to you. You cannot stop laws to apply to you. That's impossible. So laws apply at every moment of your life as an entrepreneur, business person, and otherwise. So it applies always, regardless what to do. So if you look like not to start a business because there's a lot of laws, limitation, no, they apply to you at all times. You just need to fit in that mold of laws when you start a business, and be aware of laws, of those legal limitations. I said the number one, business. Oh, let me get back again. So business is for to make people want to give you their money in a legal way. That legal frame, it's always going to be there. Laws always apply. You just need to, as you build your business, to fill that mold and be aware of the limitations. Also, global laws and trends are also important, not just local. So in summary, every single law you have to be aware of, regardless if it's not local stuff like country or region where you are, but also global stuff, global events and stuff like that. They also need to be something that you should be aware of, because they still apply to you in some way. And it's just better not to ignore them and say, okay, this is not in legal frame yet. It's not well described. Well, it's better to know them and be aware of them before you do any business, just for your own protection. From early stage, you have to be aware of this. And the most important things are these taxes. So taxes are the most important laws. They are a must. So you have to know about one thing that you have to know about laws. They give you not just opportunities. They don't just leave you opportunities, but also they have these limitations, such as taxes. And they're like, if you want to make a business, you have to know about taxes. They're no separate things. Taxes are a must in business. They're not like something you should avoid if the group follows otherwise. So taxes are a must. Take that into a note as a fundamental. Taxes are the most solid mold of success of your business. they determine if your business is profitable or not. Tax, your profit, your profit is your your earnings, whatever money you have minus taxes all time. Taxes are always there. And your success is going to be determined on that after taxes earnings. So you never skip taxes no matter what. It's the most solid mode of success for a reason, because it's a must. It's not something that you can skip or should skip at any time. It's like a ghost that haunts you every day of your life, every moment of your life in business role. And they apply always. They're laws. They're part of laws basically. No matter what you do, you still fit in that laws frame of taxes, of taxation. So my advice is, don't follow the group. You're alone under the law. So not just for taxes, but for any law, you're a separate entity. If you do stuff legally in a legal frame, then you're not safe 100%, but you're in a good track, and you're building a successful business for the future. You're building your business well. So you have to know that you're not doing what everyone else is doing at any time, and laws apply to you very differently than to everyone else, even though they're the same laws. But if you do a separate business, then whatever your business does or whatever you do in that business applies to you only. So you're not protected by business as a group. You are solely responsible to everything you do. That's very important. All right, number 3, why are you not starting a business? So the thing is, one of the most everybody wants to make a business. Everyone wants to earn money legally. So that's something that everyone has to do to survive, basically, in today's world. Money makes the world go around, and people depend on it heavily. So why are you not starting a business? That's another question after you realize you need the money. Well, I would say generally because you're waiting for someone to take your hand and lead you through the path of business, take care about you, and cheer you on while you're doing it. So this may be a little funny, but also it's my description of not having motivation, waiting for something in the future that will drive you to start the business, maybe at the best moment to start the business, or the correct time in life to start the business. We all live life differently, so we need to look at the business as something that's for us, something that's important for us, but it's not time limited to only a certain age bracket or moment in time or something like that. Business is a way of life. Like, thinking about business, starting a business is a way of life. It's just a matter when you start and what motivates you to start, pretty much. And how I would advise people to start is just do something, just very basic of business, and that is trying to sell something. You maybe have like old gloves that don't fit you now, and they're just making you mess, and you need to store them at all time. So what you can do is try to sell those things and learn while you are in process of trying to sell. Learn about collecting data of the market, response to the market, how people find your product, who responds, how they respond, how you negotiate, are people willing in that space to negotiate, and that kind of stuff. There's a lot of data you can draw from just trying to sell something, whatever it is. And It doesn't have to be expensive stuff. Even better if you try to sell something that's much lower value and try to upsell it or try to sell it for a higher price. Then you're gonna get a lot of information back to you, so you can start some business in the future. You can, for example, learn what risks are there in selling those items. Is there scaling opportunities? Maybe you want to sell in a bulk, many other things. So that kind of stuff, if you just try to sell something very simple, it's not just you sell and get money for it, but you also get data about the interaction, about the experience that you have. And that's very important. You have to look in those things. Whatever you do, whatever success you get in life, it doesn't just give you that success, but also gives you data for future. So use that. And why are you not starting business? Again, you don't need motivating factor. Just do something. It's going to motivate you. The data itself is going to be very motivating because it will start your brain. It will start your business brain, pretty much. All right, next. What's it like? Well, business is not easy. So business does not reward based on if you deserve the success, based because of your effort, good intentions, or something like that. Again, business does not reward based on if you deserve the success. You're not, reward is not something that you will get for sure if you do business correctly. It's not going to be rewarding effort, it's not going to be rewarding intentions, nothing like that. Your business is very simple, just exchange product for something, for money, basically. That's all. If your product cannot be sold for the asking price or something like that, it doesn't matter if a product is good, but if it cannot be sold, it's too bad. It's not going to work. You have to be aware of that. You have to learn about that. Maybe try it at other time or something like that. But collect data and don't think that it's going to be rewarding. It's not working like that. So that's very important. Very important note. What's it like? Pretty much that sums it up. So what you do, you have to do the work. You have to learn to endure that pain of grind. It is a grind. It's non-stop just thinking about the future. It's just learning, observing, and looking for the future all the time. That's a repeated process all over. But when you understand that from these notes, just keep it in your head and look for the future all the time. Don't think of the pain, but learn from it, overcome that, and come back fresh tomorrow. There's a lot of success and failure in business, but it's not always as you expect. So it's not going to be rewarding your effort as you want or expect it to do. It's going to be a lot of differences, a lot of discrepancies on that. What you get and what you expect. All right, let's go next. So number 5 here, and the final thing is make a website. That's my advice and my suggestion, and also fundamental of today's business. It's a foundation of modern day business. It's the best source of data for any business as well. If you want to start business today, you have to think about marketplace and whole world pretty much, because that's your business. That's where your business fits. Your business is in a financial world, which is the whole world. It always is there. Every single place on earth, on the whole world, is also in the world of your business. And the easiest way to approach everyone in the world and reach everyone is through website. And when you reach people and people reach to you, to your business, and see that, you have a lot of tools to collect data and information about those interactions and measure everything. So the biggest advice from all this is to start a website. Make a simple website. There's a lot of ways you can start for free. I can suggest you a few, like 000 web host. I like it so much. I did make my own website, mercy91.com. It's pretty good service. You're not gonna get a lot of customer support, but the basic is solid for starters. If you want to start a website, I can also give you some advice. I have a free Discord server you can check out in description. If you want some more help, I give you some coaching, so I can give you some coaching advices. I can help you make a website, start some, write some blog posts and stuff like that. I can write your product descriptions and lead you through that. I can do like halfway through the work and give you directions for how you can build it off. For that kind of stuff, you can send me a message through mercy91.com/about, and there's a section where you can input that message. Just send it. I'll read all. I do coaching. We can negotiate prices. I can give you a few packages, a few deals, offers. Just reach out there or just join Discord and we can talk there as well. It's in description. But my best suggestion or advice for you is to really start business as soon as possible. Go watch this video again. Maybe not the best, but just mute my voice if you have to and read these notes and try to understand as best as you can. And hope you start the business. Hope you have good success when you start, and for the future, just learn and share what you learn so people can take help from you, have some better, improvement on their business. All right, well, that's all, I guess. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.